What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. But in this one, we got some transfer portal news. Michigan receiving a new prediction in favor to land a transfer wide receiver plus a new wide receiver target, a new offensive line target, and the latest on a couple targets as well. We also go over bull practice for the Wolverines, which players are stepping up, which players have been impressive, and also a special teams update. Michigan having to replace their punter, plus Sherrone Moore talks to the media about new offensive coordinator Chip Lindsey, quarterback Bryce Underwood, and also Mikey, Keene, and the running back room. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and start this video by talking about some transfer portal news for the Wolverines. And I first wanted to mention that Michigan has received an on-3 prediction to land the UConn wide receiver transfer Skylar Bell, as E.G. Howland of the Wolverine has put in an on-3 prediction for Michigan to land him. So that's some great news for the Wolverines, as they are looking to lock Skylar Bell up as soon as possible, and he has only visited Michigan and could potentially take other visits after the dead period, but Michigan looking to get it done as soon as possible. We've talked about Bell before. He's a 6 foot, 185-pound wide receiver, does have Big Ten experience, played at Wisconsin before transferring to UConn this past season. He had 50 receptions for 860 yards and 5 touchdowns, and will have 1 season of eligibility remaining. But there is a new wide receiver target that appears Michigan is interested in, and the Yale wide receiver David Pantelis, a 5'11", 196-pound wide receiver. This past season with Yale, he had 61 receptions, 901 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Does have 1 season of eligibility remaining, and according to E.G. Howland of the Wolverine, Michigan has been in contact with him, and he could potentially be taking a visit to Michigan after the dead period. So that's another potential wide receiver target for the Wolverines. Michigan also appears to be going after a new offensive lineman out of the New Mexico State offensive line transfer, Shiaz Pete. He's a 6'8", 320-pound offensive lineman. He is a huge offensive lineman, has 1 year of eligibility remaining, and Michigan has offered him. He did start at left tackle for New Mexico State during the 2023 season, also won awards that season. He did have an ankle injury and was limited for most of the 2024 season, playing in just 6 games this past season for New Mexico State. But Michigan is making a hard push for him. There's also going to be a lot of other schools going after him. He is definitely going to be getting a lot of interest from other schools. The next thing for Michigan to do would be to get him on campus for a visit. Michigan, they're still going after the Washington State offensive line transfer Fa'aili Fa'amoe. As it appears, it is between Michigan and Nebraska still. We could see a decision coming soon. Michigan did get some good news on the offensive line as well. Greg Crippen announced he is coming back, which was kind of expected, but it is official. He did announce he is coming back, so that's great news for Michigan there. And also, Michigan's looking to add another defensive lineman from the transfer portal. They're still going after the Washington State defensive line transfer David Gusta. There appears to be mutual interest between the two. Michigan, though, gonna have to get him on campus for a visit. That would be their next step. And right now, Michigan, they have a good portal class going right now. Obviously, still got more work to do. They obviously would like to add 2 more offensive linemen at least. They would like to get another defensive lineman and also some wide receivers. But don't forget, any player who plays in the postseason in their bowl game or a playoff game, they do get 5 more days to enter the portal once their season comes to an end. So I'm sure Michigan is also waiting for that to happen, because there's probably going to be a lot of players entering the portal after their bowl game or playoff game. So that could be one advantage for Michigan if they stay patient. But so far they have done a good job, and obviously there is a lot of time left still. So that's the latest on the transfer portal right there for Michigan. Now, before we do continue this video, I do want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, BetUS. They have all the odds you need, and obviously there's a lot of football on right now. We got the college football playoffs coming up. Also, Michigan, Alabama playing tomorrow at 12 p.m. Michigan currently an underdog by 13.5 right now. Over under is 43.5. And then we also got the Lions taking on the 49ers on Monday Night Football tonight. They're currently favored by 3.5. Over under set at 50. And tons of other games you can bet on. Right now it's currently a great time to get started because BetUS is offering a 150% sign up bonus up to $2,000. Then you also get a 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000, all with promo code YouTube150. So go ahead, check them out at betus.com, and obviously please gamble responsibly. But let's go ahead and continue here. I did want to talk about some bowl practice rumors for the Wolverines. They're obviously preparing for their matchup against Alabama. We talked a little bit about it in our past video. Bryce Underwood definitely passes the eye test. He's been impressive so far in the drills. He clearly is a big quarterback. Also, we talked about, Andrew Marsh, Jamar Browder being, already looking like they're ready to play, at least from a physical standpoint, or at the college level, which is awesome. We also talked about Josiah Edmond getting a lot more first string reps along with Jair Hill. Now, also according to Zach Shaw of the Michigan Insider, he did say that Trey Pierce looks and moves like someone who is next in the Kenneth Grant role. So that's awesome to hear. We should be seeing more of him in the bowl game against Alabama, and also other young defensive linemen, including Enau Etta in the middle and in the inside. And also on the outside, we got freshman Dominic Nichols, Cameron Brandt. A lot of younger players we're going to get to see here in this bowl game. Michigan should also have some younger offensive linemen in there, including the freshman Andrew Sprague, who is a 6'8", 305-pound offensive lineman, a top 100 prospect in the 2024 recruiting class. Sherrone Moore confirmed he'll be starting at right tackle, and he said that he feels really confident about him. But I also wanted to talk about special teams for Michigan. Obviously, they are without Tommy Doman, but it appears that kickoffs will be handled by Hudson Hollenbeck or Dominic Zavada. Hollenbeck will also be the holder for Zavada on field goals and extra points. Punting will also be handled by Hollenbeck or Marlon Klein. That is right, the Michigan tight end. He has plenty of experience in high school, and he is actually the program's emergency punter during road games. He is a lefty who grew up playing soccer. Sherrone Moore did say that he's got an unbelievable leg, so it should be interesting to see how our special teams look, losing a punter like Tommy Doman. But now, it's next man up, and we get a chance to see Hudson Hollenbeck as the punter potentially, or who knows, maybe even Marlon Klein will get a chance. You never know. But that is some special teams updates for Michigan. And Sherrone Moore did talk to the media as well. He first talked about hiring Chip Lindsey. He said it was a long process, talking to a lot of different people, a lot of different coaches. Ultimately, the best fit from a scheme standpoint. He's done a lot of different things, and he said we're going to do it how we want to play football. Obviously, I think the explosive passing that he's had and the stuff he's done really appealed to me. He obviously did have Drake May as a quarterback, and he actually talked to Drake May. Sherrone Moore said that it helped that Drake called me. He said it was a great conversation. He spoke so highly of him, and I really love Chip. And Drake May said that he felt that he progressed more in his career in that year with Chip than he did at any point in his career. He also talked about quarterback Bryce Underwood in bull prep. He said, first of all, he's an unbelievable kid. The players absolutely adore him. They love him, and all he wants to do is get better and be a great teammate. But he said he is extremely talented, has great arm strength, can make all the throws, and he can run. He's going to be an unbelievable player. Also talked about the running back room. He said that Jordan Marshall is going to be a special back, and he said, I think they just need to be who they are. And, Benjamin Hall has flashed and done things, then other guys like Micah Kapana. So he's excited for all those guys, as are, all the fans, really. We're going to get to see Jordan Marshall, which should be very exciting because he is Michigan's future running back and very well could be one of, the next great running backs here at Michigan. But then Sherrone Moore also talked about adding Fresno State quarterback Mikey Keene. He said that first, Bryce said, who's going to push me when he got to Michigan? He said, who's going to make me better? And Sherrone Moore said that, Bryce, he doesn't want to be given anything. And he said, Mikey's been a great addition just in the talks I've already had with him. He's really excited to push Bryce, and he's really excited to try to go challenge for that starting spot because it's not given, so someone's got to go earn it. So you love to hear that. And obviously you still got Jaden Davis, who also is staying at Michigan, it appears, and wants to compete for that starting job. He's already said that, his whole life he hasn't been afraid of competition, so it should be a very good quarterback battle in the offseason, and it's going to be a much needed quarterback competition for Michigan. So that's what Sherrone Moore had to say as he spoke to the media ahead of the ReliaQuest Bowl against Alabama. And the Wolverines do take on the Crimson Tide tomorrow, 12 p.m. on New Year's Eve. Let me know your score predictions. It's going to be a tough game for Michigan. They got a lot of players, a lot of starters, obviously moving on, but it is a great opportunity for these younger players to get experience and really make a name for themselves, and that's what I think is the most exciting part of this bowl game for Michigan. But with that, that's going to wrap up this video. Again, shout out to BetUS. Go ahead, check them out at betus.com, and if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it, and we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.